Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, I think we may have found the person in charge of this Skaen temple, and there is a young elven woman. That is Aelys's description. A large bull-necked man in a hood helps a young elven woman down from a glass chamber connected to a dizzying array of cables and machinery. Her skin and clothing glisten with fresh blood.
You may feel a little lightheaded for the next hour or two, but that will pass. Have a meal and get some sleep when you return to town. The transfusion.
Yeah, that's Aelys. The girl sobs into the back of her hand.
The transfusion will be smoothest if you relax and rest. The implanted essence already has a hold on your mind, so fighting it will be useless. And I hope our new visitor does not complicate matters overly.
He turns to you with a cold glare. Skaen, requirement not met. What's going on here? You filled her mind with the essence from that strange blood pool, didn't you? Yeah. You filled her mind with the essence from that strange blood pool, didn't you?
And that would make you a fellow animancer. Or something more. Either way, this is about something larger than us both.
Is that Adia's voice actor? That sounds like Adia. I'm like, Adia, what are you doing, sir? I think they might be reusing the voice actor there. The hood shifts as he cocks his head.
I don't expect you to understand what I'm doing. Neither the rituals of Skaen nor the labors of animancy meet with much approval in polite society. But unsightliness reminds polite society that there are limits. When no one pays attention to the excesses and debaucheries of a lord, you give them something they can't look away from.
What are you talking about? Lord Harond is pregnant. People around town seem suspicious of Lord Harond. Harond said he was taking her to Ina's Rest to find a suitor, but a few pieces of his story didn't add up. Oh. I mean, we got strange vibes from him. From the get-go, we got strange vibes. Harond said he was taking her to Ina's Rest to find a suitor, but a few pieces of his story didn't add up.
Did a bit of digging, did you? That's more than can be said for most. Lord Harond's been telling everyone she's his daughter. He brought her all the way out here just to avoid anyone who might know differently. She's his niece, and she's carrying his child.
Okay, no thank you. No thank you. What I'm sticking on is that I mistakenly thought that she was his niece originally, and I was like, oh shit, I must have misremembered. I must have gotten my wires crossed. It's like, I technically had, but I also accidentally predicted something. Oh dear, he looks to the young woman. He's her own flesh and blood. That's the vilest thing I've ever heard of. Why would he do that? You can't be serious. That's horrible, passionate. I'll kill that monster myself as soon as I return to town. Aggressive. Are you sure? That just seems a bit far-fetched. Does it? Nobles are weird all the fucking time. Nobles do incestuous things all the fucking time to preserve our lineage and to preserve our bloodline. Like, I don't know how common that is in the world of it. To be fair, that actually might be something that isn't done in this universe. There might be no kind of familial marriages. They might always have been like, oh yeah, we marry out because we realise that if everyone marries their first cousin, the babies start coming out with webbed feet when they really shouldn't. Like, maybe they've realised that, and so that's not something that is done in this universe. I haven't been told that. I mean, why would he do that? Because he's a pervert? Because she's a young, attractive lady and he makes his ding-dong feel things he hasn't felt in years? Because he wants to spread his seed and she is young and fertile. Like, there's a fucking myriad of reasons. Yeah, we got weird vibes. I don't think she'd be thinking, oh, that's a bit far-fetched. Like, we got weird vibes off the guy. Yeah, Ximena was thinking, like, oh, she's just some, like, random lass. She's his mistress. She's some random lass. She didn't think that they'd be related. You can't be serious. That's horrible.
It is the product of a corrupt and degenerate system of nobility. This is all to ensure that some drop of his blood, some mote of his essence, cleaves to his fortune long after he's dust in the ground. Harond's own wives delivered nothing but hollowborn. Now he's got no heir, and his sister's child, Aelys, is reaching the age to marry. Without progeny of his own, Harond's legacy would pass to her issue. So, he found a way to continue his own noble line by putting his child in this girl, his own niece.
That's why he's avoiding his sister, then? Because he doesn't... You fucked my child? Brother, you fucked my child? I'ma kill your ass. Like, you son of a bitch. Okay. I take it this is where the pool of blood comes in, and animancy is part of your plan to destroy him. You didn't have to resort to violence. Someone would have helped Aelys. Didn't he have to resort to violence? I've said before, Ximena has no... Ximena's done bad shit, and she looks down on rapists and shit. Like, she's like, yeah, no, absolutely not. I don't align myself with what you do. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, you didn't have to resort to violence, but you wanted to resort to violence, and Ximena can respect that. Ximena's like, yeah, that's valid. Guy's a raping, incestuous bastard. Resort to violence as much as you like. Couldn't you've gotten a child by some other means? I mean, he could have, but this is... she's young and pretty, and she makes his ding-dong feel things that he hasn't felt in years. I am actually drawn between 1 and 4, because I think on some level I could see Ximena just being like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I've said this before, I don't think Ximena has sex with humans. At least I think I've said that before. Like, Ximena doesn't really engage in many long-term relationships because she doesn't stick around long enough. She has a lot of one-night stands, and, you know, she will have a one-night stand with, you know, an Amawa, an elf, a dwarf, an Orlan. She doesn't really do that with humans. Because Ximena's parents were human, they had a bunch of kids that they ditched, and those kids could have grown up and gone off to random places, and Ximena would have no knowledge of who they were. The only thing that Ximena knows is that, like, if I wasn't a godlike, I would be human. All of my potential siblings are humans. As such, when she was back in the Valian Republic, she was like, I don't fuck with humans because there is a very slim chance that I could be committing an incestuous act. I have no interest in that. I have no interest in that. As such, I don't have anything romantic to do with humans. I will screw all of the other races, but not humans, just in case, you know, one of them got adopted and ended up in the Valian Republics in this city, and I'm in this city, and blah, 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 blah. Like, she doesn't engage in romantic relationships with humans because she is so aware of the fact of, like, I could do an accidental incest, and I don't want to do that. So I could see her genuinely being shocked that, like, oh, Not only has he done an accidental incest, he's done an intentional incest. Oh my god. Why would he do that? Like, you can have, like... It's not like he's a godlike and he's sterile. He can have a bajillion. He's a man. He's a man. He could father a bunch of kids in one day. Like, why did he need to do this to his niece? I could genuinely see her being just so utterly shocked. Like, I try so hard to avoid accidental incest and this guy's done it intentionally. What the shit? I think she'd just be shocked. Couldn't he have gotten a child by some other means?
Not a highborn heir. Even if he disposed of his own wife by some means, what family would marry their fertile daughter off to him? You can see the problem with this foolishness about blood and birth, I hope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This, dear God. I take it this is where the pool of blood comes in. He nods slowly.
This isn't just about Harond or the girl. It's about the corrupting influences of power and wealth. How people of privilege, people like Harond, are so often insulated from the consequences of their actions. The charged essence of dozens of maltreated slaves and underlings is already taking root in her mind. Once it's established, it'll drive her to murder her uncle, her aunt, and anyone foolish enough to get in her way. People won't be able to look away from Harond's sins then.
Okay, murdering her uncle, maybe, like, here's the thing, if his missus has no clue what he's done, then she's not at fault here. If she is aware, yeah, kill her as well. Killing the uncle, maybe the aunt, fair play. Why do we need her to do this? Why can't I do this? I will do this. Why do we need to get this young lass in trouble? Why do we need to get this young lass in trouble? Can't we, like, Henda had something that could end the pregnancy. Why can't we just give her that and send her on her way so that she doesn't have to, like, deal with her uncle's bullshit? She won't be tied to her uncle for the next 18 years. Like, why can't we do that and then we go kill him? Like, why does it have to be her? Seems like a lot of trouble to go to when a simple lynch mob will do. They don't get a lot of things right, but this is the kind of thing they know what to do with. Yeah, let's form a mob.
I do not wish to destroy Nestor Harond. I wish to end his entire rotten line. His name will become a curse among strangers. The deeds of his house will be eclipsed by his ruin. Foes will hear his name and shudder with pity, and any relatives who should survive him will abandon their fortunes just to rid themselves of the association. You're hot-blooded, willful, but there is no room for mercy and vengeance.
He watches you. Oh. Watcher, do not let this girl and her child become fodder for revenge. Let me touch her mind. I can free her from this snare, as well as from the memories that hold her captive. Do it. No, I'll solve this another... Oh... I'm pausing because I'm annoyed. So, a while ago, if you've watched my Mass Effect 3 Let's Play, you'll know what I'm about to say. Something that I absolutely despise. Something I fucking hate more than anything in the world is someone telling me, take this companion for this quest. Make sure you have this companion for this area. I fucking hate it. I cannot put into words how much I despise when that happens. And I've had someone, I'm not going to name names, they know who they are. I've had someone repeatedly telling me, oh, make sure you have the grieving mother in Deerford Village. Make sure you have a cipher in Deerford Village. Make sure you have the grieving mother in Deerford Village. Like, I've had someone repeatedly tell me that. So I'm real fucking tempted. I hate, loathe entirely when someone tells me, make sure you have this companion for this quest or for this area, because you don't understand how much it spoils. You really don't. And I was thinking, I was trying to put it out of my memory. That's the thing, because I don't want to remember that. I was trying to forget, but I was thinking, okay, what do we have in this area? What's special about the grieving mother? She can manipulate memories. Where would that be useful? And I had pegged this questline. I was hoping that I had the wrong location in my head. Because here's the thing, we've just got the grieving mother. I tend to have people in my party for a while once I recruit them. So I was just hoping that I was remembering the wrong location, but I hate these kinds of spoilers. I despise them so much, and for that reason alone, I'm like, I don't want to fucking use you. I was told about you in this questline, so I don't want to fucking use you. But Ximena would. Oh, this is a bastard. This is a bastard. Oh. Ximena would. She's offering. I'm not gonna lie, if she wasn't offering and we just had the option, grieving mother, please, can you do something? I don't think I'd pick it. I don't think I'd pick it just on principle alone of like, I don't like being told, make sure you have this companion for this location. But she's offering. I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed at this. On principle, I don't want to use her. But she's offering and Ximena would do it. Ximena would do it. I want to say some very rude words to the person who told me that. I want to say many, many rude words. I will not, but I am thinking it. Again, I really don't like being told, have this companion for this questline, have this companion for this area. I despise it more than I can put into words. Do it. Take a breath. We should use Ximena's voice. Do it. The grieving mother bows her head. Thank you, Watcher. You feel her reach out, persistent yet gentle. Aelys does not move, but the grieving mother trembles with exertion, and the air around her rings with the sound of chimes. At last she collapses, her energy spent. The strain throbs in her mind. For just a moment, Aelys's eyes close. When they open again, her expression is blank. But as she takes in the scene before her, you, Wymond, and the machinery in this strange dark room, her confusion turns to fear. She lets out a choked cry.
Kill them. All of them. If she can't destroy Harond, then we can destroy his legacy with her.
He curses under his breath and turns to the other cultists. Okay, let's deal with these people. Let's deal with them. Okay, she's running. Good girl. Good girl. Smart girl. Madam.
Yeah?
Okay, you're out. Where are you? Okay, you're there. Okay. Yeah, if you would be so kind. There we go. Now, you... Okay, no, that's the preacher. That's fine.
How about we take a break?
The young woman blinks at you and takes a few steps back. Stay away. I don't know... She shakes her head and rubs her temples. What happened here? I rescued you. Passionate, you wandered into a trap. Diplomatic, Skaenite cultists kidnapped you. Honest, it doesn't matter. Stoic. It doesn't help that, again, I'm like, just pick whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. No. No. You push those feelings aside. You focus on Ximena. What would Ximena be thinking? What would Ximena be thinking? Not number three. Not number three. Would I... She's clearly confused. Her memory has been fucked with. Ximena values her own memories, but as I've said before with Maneha, if someone else wants to erase their own memories, like, fuck it, go wild. Like, go ham. This lass has suffered. This lass has suffered, bless her. I'm not drawn to number 3. I'm not drawn to it. And I don't like the stoic options for him. I very rarely go with them. I'm inclined to go with 1. I rescued you because, like, clearly she's scared. She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know who she can trust. We mean her no harm. We have, like, the best intentions for her. So to be like, hey, I'm your rescuer. What puts me off number 2 is you wandered into a trap. It kind of blames her, and it's like, she's really quite blameless in all of this. She's like the victim here. Let's not blame her. I rescued you. She looks around at the dead cultists and pools of blood, her eyes widening in fear and confusion. But from what? She winces and pitches forward, holding her head. Hylia's wings! I can hardly remember a thing. She pauses, her brow furrowing. She mutters something in a dialect of Rauatai, then Valian. No, my name is Aelys. Her fingers dance at her side, plucking at the air in 3 repeated motions. A lyre, the opening notes of the false knight. Her twitching fingers brush her swelling abdomen. She looks back at you, a question in her eyes. Again, yo, we've got herbs. We've got herbs that can, fix that. There's a reason you forgot, Aelys. It's best not to remember some things. Rational. You're a young noble who's taken advantage of by unscrupulous relatives. Honest. You're a young lady who found herself in trouble with powerful people. Diplomatic. It happens to the best of... Yeah, now is not the time to be clever. Now is not the time to be clever. I'm drawn to number 3 because we don't want to be too on it. Like, that's, you've been taken advantage of by unscrupulous relatives. That's gonna bring up those memories. She doesn't need to know what's happened. She doesn't need to know what her uncle did. As long as we're keeping her away from him, she doesn't need to know what he did. And telling her there's a reason you forgot. There's always going to be that question. That question. Enunciate, Callista. Enunciate. Yet with number 1, she's always going to be questioning. Whereas number 3, it is true. We're lying by omission, but it is for the most part true, and it is a whole story. It's something she can believe. You're a young lady who found herself in trouble with powerful people. She nods absently. I also know I can't go back to the village, though I don't remember why. She looks around at the strange machinery, and I certainly can't stay here. You're free to go wherever you want, Aelys. Find the road and keep going. Honest. There's a temple on the edge of town. I'm sure the clergy will help you find someplace safe, benevolent. You should find your way to a big city. New Haemar, perhaps, or even the Valian Republics. Somewhere with plenty of opportunities. Passionate. Find somewhere remote. Avoid the roads and keep to yourself. You can't trust anyone deceptive. Ooh, here's the thing. Not number 1, because she's got, like, no memories. That's asking for trouble. And I'm not inclined to go with number 2. It's between 3 and 4. She's from New Haemar. She might find her man. Ximena does always values cities. That was her ultimate goal, find a new city. I'm thinking, because it's what's getting me, find someplace remote. Ximena doesn't like out-of-the-way places, little villages in the middle of nowhere. That is Ximena's idea of hell. Keep to yourself. What was one of the first things Ximena did? I need to find a group so that I don't stick out like a sore thumb here. I need a group to have my back. So yeah, this is 2 things that Ximena would never recommend. So yeah, find a city. Somewhere you can get lost in. You should find your way to a big city. New Haemar, perhaps, or even the Valian Republics. Somewhere with plenty of opportunities. The suggestion sinks in slowly, but it seems to take root in the newly barren places of her mind. It's good advice. She takes a final glance at the blood-splattered chamber. I won't look back. She hurries away. Wyman's key. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to take all of your shit.
Nice and quiet.
Cables snaking along the floor and across the ceiling connect to a glowing glass chamber. Thick liquid bubbles inside the tank, releasing a pungent scent. Motes of essence swirl in the mixture. And get you. Ooh, okay. Oh. A blade of Enutanic origin, Atuk skinning knife, was a gift passed from mother to daughter, used to remove hides from various hardy creatures of the tundra. It is precisely designed to pierce vulnerable joints and cut deeply and cleanly into flesh, making it a fearsome weapon against less traditional game as well. Okay. And Wyman's notebook. The looping scribbles are difficult to read, but as you flip through the pages, you can make out several passages. Near the beginning you read, "Will be a suitable place for my experiments. There's abundance of space, and more importantly, the locals are content to ignore it. I could probably You skip ahead several pages. Willing volunteers. The legacy has brought many grievances to the surface, and capturing the essence is primarily a matter of timing. The ritual of the effigy serves as a good template for..." You scan the middle of the book. "Died and their essence evaporated. Next time, I'll have to try a smaller concentration of the reagent to..." You turn to the last page. "Noble from Defiance Bay. Results were mostly consistent across the other subjects. The challenge is always applying the method to an unwilling participant, but her situation may prove an advantage. If I can bring those memories of her uncle to the forefront, it might render her essence more susceptible to the process." Yeah, we're taking that. We're taking all of your shit. Oh yeah, there's the door. An ornate crest decorates the sarcophagus. The name on the lid has been scratched out. I don't mind if I do. And excuse me, do we want to... Yes, there we go. Okay, let's... I see I only have a minute left on my timer. I'm left with a rather hollow feeling. This would have been a really good quest, but for someone telling me which companion to bring. Like I say, I'm annoyed. I'm really fucking annoyed. I know most people wouldn't consider that a massive spoiler, and that's great for most people. Me, personally, it's one of the most heinous things you can do in a video game. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it, I don't appreciate, and so to have that, like I said, I was thinking, if this is that village, where would the Grieving Mother's, like, powers come into play? I think blood legacy. I would never have put that together, but for someone telling me, oh, make sure you bring the Grieving Mother along. Like, it really sucks that someone would do that and ruin a quest for me. It really sucks that someone would be like, oh, let me destroy your enjoyment. And here's the thing, I know they were probably thinking, oh, this'll be helpful. It's not. It's all it does is just suck the joy out of the game for me. That's really all it does. Like, it really sucks. It really sucks that such a strong quest was ruined at the end by someone giving spoilers, but hey ho, what can you do? In the next episode, we head up these stairs. I think they'll lead to Teargal's back room, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K, Christopher K. Davies, CGG, The Named User, and Kevin Bicknell. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.